Hello. Hello everyone. I am Iannoukos, the president of South Drama, and welcome to the mysterious case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I just want to thank you all so much for coming tonight. A part of the proceedings are going to the Young Epilepsy Charity, and I also want to say some safety measures before we start. So there are 2 emergency exits at the bottom of the main lecture theatre and 1 at the top, and there will be minor flashing lights at some point during the show. Again, thank you so much for coming and enjoy the show.
There's ringing at the back entrance. I don't see why they don't do this in peace on Sundays. Come in. The doctor's life is not a bed of roses. Well, what do you want?
I want to see Dr. Jekyll.
You can't see him. Don't you know this is Sunday? And don't you know any different than coming here at the back door?
I rang twice at the front door and couldn't get any answer. My case is an urgent one, and I was told not to return until I had delivered my message.
He's at the vicarage, taking him his usual meal, and I'm not going to disturb him. You can give me your message, and I'll give it to him when he comes back. What is it?
Lady Durswell presents her compliments and desires to see Dr. Jekyll at once.
Very well. I'll tell him when he comes out.
Thank you.
Dr. Jekyll must be the most sought-after doctor in the city. I'll go up to the vicarage and take a quiet cup of tea with Marianne.
Come, Vicar. Let us smoke our cigars in the open air. Remember the times when we would enjoy a long walk in the evening at the theatre. Ah, those are happy days.
And why should they not be as happy now in our quiet, peaceful homes, away from temptation, where we do good to mankind?
I suppose I'm inclined to Cain's heresy, and let my brother go to the devil in his own way. It's true I don't mind helping a poor sinking devil occasionally, but I've lost all sentimentality, all romance. Will doubtless die a dried up, shrivelled up, matter-of-fact lawyer.
Well, in all extremity we should be inclined rather to help than to reprove. Yours is hardly a Christian feeling, Mr. Utterson. But then I shall not reproach you, for a man must accept his friendly circle ready-made for him, from the hands of opportunity. What we've spoken of reminds me of a very old story. What should you say that not long ago I beheld the most horrible, dastardly spectacle words can describe?
Indeed? What was it?
Well, I was walking about 4 o'clock from a visit to one of my sick parishioners, and we led through a part of town where there was literally nothing to be seen but lamps. I walked through street after street and got into that state of mind where a man listens and listens, begins to long for the sight of a policeman. And then at once I saw 2 figures. One, a little man, stumbling eastward at a good walk, and the other, a little girl, running across the street. The child was about 8 or 10. And then came the horrible part. The man trampled the child under his feet with fiendish joy. I took hold of my gentleman. He made no resistance, but gave me one look that brought out the perspiration. Well, the child's screams brought her parents on the scene, of course. And we told the man we should make such a scandal of this that his name would ring out from one end of London to the other. Well, we screwed up £200 to the child's family.
And did he pay it?
Indeed he did. He took us through alleys and by-streets until we came to a house with only 1 door, no windows, and not a sign of habitation.
And he disappeared thus?
Indeed he did.
And that was the last you saw of him?
Not so, for he came out directly with the cheque for £90 and £10 in gold.
And the cheque was a forgery, of course.
Indeed I thought, and he seemed to know it. But then he said to us, well, I will wait with you while you cash the cheque.
What, was that the devil afraid of daylight?
Not so, for we went to the child's father's and waited till 9 o'clock, when the cheque was cashed without a question asked.
Oh. What's this man like?
It's not easy to describe. It's a fellow nobody would have anything to do with. I never saw a man I disliked so. It's not easy to describe. He must have been formed, although I could not specify the point. Yet he lives in my mind so vividly I could see him this very moment.
Do you know the name of this fellow, this signing the check?
I shall never forget it. It was Edward Hyde.
Edward Hyde.
Yes. Do you know him?
I've seen him now. Would you do me a favour and never speak of this again?
With all my heart, I shall shake hands with that Mr. Utterson. I must now prepare my evening service. My lads are waiting for me.
Strange coincidence. When Henry Jekyll made his will, inserted a clause in case of his death or disappearance for a period exceeding 3 calendar months, all his possessions to pass into the hands of his friend and benefactor, Edward Hyde. And that said Edward Hyde was to step into the said Henry Jekyll's shoes without further delay, free from obligation, beyond a few small payments to members of the household. I refused to lend aid in the making of the will, thought it madness, but now begin to fear his disgrace. Only it was ignorance that stayed my indignation, now it is knowledge. Bad enough when Hyde was the name I could learn no more, now that name appears horrible and most hideous. What relationship can exist between this coward who revels in the torture of children and my Henry Jekyll, a man respected by all? Must learn more of this Hyde. Any man can solve this mystery. He is Lanyon. I'll speak of the devil when he comes.
Good evening, Mr. Utterson.
What brings you to the vicarage?
I wanted to speak to the vicar, and you know that Alice looks so pale with 2 physicians to look after her.
Oh, then Jekyll is here. Fancy Jekyll's getting dangerous, eh?
Exactly. That is one reason of my visit here today.
You know, Lanyon, suppose you and I are the oldest friends our Jekyll has.
I wish the friends were younger, but I suppose we are, and whatever. I see little of him now.
Indeed. Thought you shared a bond of common interest.
Indeed, but it is more than 2 years since Henry Jekyll became too fanciful for me. He began to grow wrong in mind. And now I continue to take an interest in him for the sake of Auld Lang Syne. In such unscientific balderdash would have estranged Damon and Pythias.
Say, Lanyon, in the course of working with Jekyll, did you ever meet one protege, Edward Hyde?
Hyde? Hyde. No, never heard of him.
Utterson! Hello, Lanyon. It's a long time since we last met. Getting a little grave.
Yes, we are subject to these changes. We must take warning in time. It is quite a while since we last met.
That is not my fault, it is yours.
Where's the vicar? I desire to speak to him.
He's in the house with Alice and the boys as usual on Sunday.
Will I see you on my return, Doctor?
No, I'm called away professionally. Goodbye to you, Lanyon. Well, Utterson, are you going to remain here?
I've been waiting to speak. You have that will of yours.
My dear Utterson, you're unfortunate in having a client such as myself. I never saw a man so distressed as you are about my will. Unless it is that Lanyon at what he calls my scientific heresies. He's a good fellow, an excellent fellow, and I always mean to see more of him, but he's a hidebound pedant for all of that, an ignorant, blatant pedant. I was never more disappointed in anyone than in Lanyon.
You know I never approved of it.
My will? Yes, certainly I know that. You have told me that before.
Will I tell you so again? I've been hearing something of your Hyde.
I do not care to hear more. I thought that is a matter we had agreed to drop.
What I heard was abominable.
It can be no change. You do not understand the position, Utterson, which is a painful one, and it is one of those affairs that cannot be mended by talking.
Henry, you know me. I'm a man to be trusted. Make clean breast of this, and I have no doubt I can get you out of it.
My good Utterson, this is very kind of you. I believe you, truly. I would trust you before any man alive, but indeed it's not what you fancy. And it is not as bad as that. Just to put your good heart to rest, I will let you know that the moment I choose, I can rid myself of Mr. Hyde.
I hope so. For your own good.
I thank you, and give you my hand on it. One final word, Utterson, and I hope you will take it in good part. This is a private matter, and I beg you to leave it as such. But since you've touched upon business and for the last time, there's one point I want you to understand. I do sincerely take a very great interest in Mr. Hyde. And if something were to happen to me, I want you to promise that you will bear with him and get his rights for him. I think you would if you knew all, and it would be a weight of my mind if you would promise.
Don't pretend I should ever like him.
I don't ask you to like him. I only ask for justice. I only ask you to do this for my sake when I'm no longer here.
Well, I promise.
There. I knew you would. I cannot find words to express my thanks.
The carriage is at the door, sir.
Very well. Come, Utterson. I'll have the coachman drive you to your house.
How comes it, Alice, that you have all those boys here?
Oh, Papa loves the boys, and so on Sundays occasionally I bid them stay to tea. You not stay to take tea with us, Dr. Lanyon?
That is impossible.
So kind of you to pay us this visit. You see so well with me these days.
It is upon this subject I wish to speak. Will you forgo the service and devote a few minutes to me this evening?
Of course, if Papa has no objections.
I've asked Alice to forgo the evening service. He is not well, and the air will do him good.
Well, you are his medical advisor, and he has but to obey. Shall I see you after the service?
I'm afraid not.
Well, don't be too long a stranger to the keeper. Goodbye.
You do not see Dr. Jekyll often.
No, not often. We're taught out from doing good deeds for good people.
The doctor has a warm heart.
A warm heart indeed, which beats for everyone.
You seem to take a great interest in Dr. Jekyll. I fear my advice comes too late.
It has, and if it's on this subject you wish to speak, which I strongly suspect it is, for I'm no longer a child, it will go no further.
It is upon this subject, but I fear my advice comes too late.
As we understand each other.
Perfectly?
Well, no, but just as well.
Well, Alice, think of the disparity in your ages. You are but 20, while
No
he...
matter. I respond with Desdemona. I saw his visage and his mind.
If it has gone as far as that, I will say no more. I'm too old to advise anyone in matters of the heart, and too sensible not to hold my tongue. I do not like Henry Jekyll for reasons I myself cannot comprehend. I sincerely hope he will make you an excellent husband, for he has a noble nature. God bless you, Alice.
He does not like Dr. Jekyll, yet admits that he has a noble nature and a kind heart. How can he explain such contradictions? It's merely a spleen of the good old doctor we must try and dispel. Henry can do it. He has such great command over his fellow men. He's so gentle, so kind. From a child I've been daring, willful, high-spirited, but now I often cannot understand myself. Since meeting Henry Jekyll, my whole nature seems to have undergone a change.
Hello? I'm not in church.
The good doctor asked me to stay and keep him company.
Oh, that's pedant. Were you not bored? He's so dull.
How is it that two such brilliants can despise each other so bitterly?
There are things you would not understand.
Not understand. Henry, you say that. You who taught me the mysteries of your science. How to extract poison from flowers. How to help those around me. How to love and be loved.
Better I had not, Alice. There are two natures to every man. One of good and one of evil. He who has them under such control that the good always balances the bad is indeed blessed.
Such is your nature, Henry. That I love you.
You look through loving eyes and are thus prejudiced. Were I such a man as you say, with the power to raise my fellow men, life would indeed be less unbearable.
Love rules all things, the good as well as the bad.
Not the bad, Alice, for there is no such thing as entirely evil. There must be some good, some affection in everything. Love alone rules all things. The earth, the sky, the sea, everything that has the garb of life. Love is supreme.
And such shall ours be.
What's this I feel? The change is coming. I need to leave here at once and go to my laboratory.
Oh, where are you going?
Only to my room for a moment.
Very well. Don't be long.
Too late! Too late!
It's gotten dark. I must go in. Who are you? What do you want?
You!
Leave this place at once or call for help. Dr. Jekyll! Dr. Jekyll!
Don't call him!
I hate him. I'll kill him if he comes.
Dr. Jekyll! Dr. Jekyll! The vicar? Is he dead? Father. Father! Father! Murdered!
What? Murdered? By whom?
By Hyde!
This will cause a great deal of noise. Mr. Utterson, perhaps you can help us find our man. Now, no one has seen this Hyde but the lad Alice, and he and this stick were the only things found by the body of the vicar in the garden.
Good heavens. The one I gave Jekyll.
Will this come to anything?
No.
Well, we have traced him to an old house in Soho. We interrogated his housekeeper, an old hag, who said he was not at home but had been but over an hour ago. She also said his habits were irregular, that it had been over 2 months since she had seen him before yesterday. We searched his rooms, which had every sign of being hurriedly and recently ransacked.
And what did you find?
We found clothes on the floor with their pockets turned out, cupboards stood with their drawers open, and a pile of ashes lay on the hearth as though documents had been burned. I retrieved the burnt end of a bank book which had resisted the action of the fire. We thought we had him as money as life to him, but we waited by the bank with no result.
Is that all you saw discovered?
Yes, but we are questioning the landlady, the hag, and she will no doubt tell us all.
It's not reaching sure of that. Not find your case an easy one.
Is this Hyde small of stature?
Very small. Wicked, is what Alice calls him. He has but a few familiars. His family cannot be traced. He's never been photographed. And the few who have seen him and could describe him will differ wildly. Except on one point, they all seem to agree he is deformed.
Then that is the point on which we'll catch him, no matter how many disguises he may assume. Unless he be the devil himself, we have him on the hip, the hunch, I should say. When can I have an interview with Alice?
Today, if he is well enough. As his father's oldest friend, I insist that he make his home with me.
Dr. Jekyll desires to see you.
Gentlemen, would you wait downstairs in my office? I'll see you.
Certainly.
Henry, are you well?
In body, yes.
In mind?
There, a meal.
One word. Henry. The vicar was my client, but so are you. I want to know what I am doing. You're not hiding this fellow, are you?
I swear before God, I'm done with him. I will never raise eyes on him again. It is all at an end. And indeed, he does not want my help. You do not know him as I do. He is safe. Trust me, he will never be heard of.
You seem pretty sure of him. And I hope for your sake you're right. If it came to a trial and your name...
I'm quite sure of him. I have grounds for certainty that I cannot share with anyone. But there is one thing on which you may advise me. I have received a letter, and I'm at a loss whether to show it to the police or not. I shall like to leave it in your hands, Utterson. I have such confidence in you.
Fear it may lead to his destruction?
I don't care about the crimes of Hyde. I'm done with him. But rather I was thinking of my own character, which this hateful business has rather exposed.
Well, show me the letter. Dear friend Jekyll, you have been my friend and benefactor, and unworthy I have been. You need labour under no alarm for my safety, as I have means to escape on which I can place sure dependence. Yours, Edward Hyde. Have you the envelope?
I burned it before I thought much of it. But it had no postmark. The note was handed in.
Shall I keep it?
Do as you think best. I wish you to judge for me entirely. I have lost confidence in myself.
And one more thing. It was Hyde who dictated the terms of the will about the disappearance. I knew it. He intended to murder you. You had to find escape.
I have had what is more to the purpose. I have had a lesson. Oh God, what a lesson I have had. I have brought on myself a danger and punishment I cannot maim. If I'm the chief of sinners, I'm the chief of sufferers too. I could not imagine that this world contained a place of terror and suffering so unmanning. There is but one thing you can do, Utterson, to lighten my destiny, and that is to respect my silence.
These documents require your assistant's attention.
Poole, you are my private secretary and, I might say, old friend. From you I have kept few secrets.
I hope I have always proven worthy.
Sit down, guest, sit down. It's a sad business about the liquor.
Yes, it has elicited a great deal of public feeling. This man, Hyde, of course, was mad.
Right now, I have a letter here in his own handwriting. What should I take a look at? Just quite in your way, murderers all that.
No, sir, not mad. Though, still an odd hand.
By all accounts, an odd writer.
The letter is from Dr. Jekyll, and it should be delivered yesterday.
By the way, Paul, there was a letter here handed in at Dr. Jekyll's today. What was the messenger like?
No, sir, nothing came on mission today. Only by post, but only circulars at that.
You sure?
Yes, I'm quite certain.
That will do, Paul.
Is that letter from Dr. Jekyll, sir? Thought I recognized the handwriting. Anything private?
No, it's just an invitation to dinner. Where do you compare them?
Well, sir, there is just one singular resemblance. These two hands are in many points identical, only differently sloped.
Well, quaint.
It is, as you say, rather quaint.
I wouldn't speak of this to anyone, you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Henry Jekyll forges for a murderer. There's a mystery between these two men, and I'm determined to unravel it. Are you left your room?
It's unbearable. I couldn't remain there. What news is there?
Nothing as yet. £1,000 is offered, but as yet no claim.
Has no one seen or heard anything? Has Dr. Jekyll heard nothing? I've not heard from him.
He was here and has gone out for a few minutes. He gave us a little information which may aid me in unraveling the mystery.
Thank goodness. I knew he couldn't rest until he'd given me comfort.
You're worn out, my child. Return, rest. Rest assured that I will do all in my power to bring the murderer to justice.
Do so, Mr. Utterson. Was your truest friend. Avenge my poor old father.
Easier said than done, child. This is but another chapter in the many mysteries in criminal history.
Utterson! I've been to my room since Sohan destroyed all my papers. I'm safe in spite of Utterson's suspicions. Then why does this heaviness hang over my heart? Why does my conscience accuse me still? Yet it was not mine, it was Hyde's. Hyde, who gloats over his crimes with light-heartedness. Am I to blame for the actions of Hyde? I, who stand aghast before this horrible deed of violence? Courage, Henry! Courage! It is not too late. My future shall be devoted to my better self. A very dark past, calm future. With Alice at my side, there's a better life in store for me.
I was told you were here, Henry. Keep the thank you.
For what?
For bringing the murderer to justice. It was so kind and brave of you.
Murder of justice? What in the name of heaven are you speaking of? I do not understand.
I see you don't want to. You want to leave the honours to others. Mr. Utterson told me all.
Alice, would you not let the matter rest? Others will fight for you and your rights.
Do all you can to bring the murderer to justice.
To seek revenge is unchristian-like, and not the province for a child of a vicar.
You say that, Henry, because you're different, but in this case, it's not.
To forgive is godly.
But I'm human. and I will not rest until I unravel the mysteries and bring the murderer to justice. I will not sleep until I see him standing at the scaffold. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Oh God! Mercy for God's sake!
Henry, rise, this goes too far.
You are right. I have gone too far. He's not worthy of my compassion.
Poor Henry, he's ill. Wait here, I'll get some refreshments.
Another step and I'm lost. Alice hands the murderer of his father and he stands before him. Speaks of revenge and his own breath answers. Oh God, hold me not answerable for the actions of this demon. Look into my heart. You will see it as pure as when I walk by my mother's side through thy house. My prayer is unanswered. The words re-echo in my ears. My eyes wander. What do I see? Hyde is captured. He's dragged through the streets to the tribunal. How the throng hoot and cheer. He begs for mercy. Now, a snowy-haired old gentleman lifts his face to heaven and demands justice. He's condemned, taken to the scaffold. Now, a noose is placed around his neck. Oh, horrible! Horrible! But what have I to fear? I'm not Hyde. I'm Jekyll. For how long, though? The fiend may come upon me at any moment. I must have a friend, one whom I can trust, who, when I'm Hyde, can furnish me with drugs to make me Jekyll again. Who? Lanyon! I will bind him by his professional honor to secrecy. There is not a moment to be lost. Farewell, Alice. Since the murder of your father must be punished, your Henry is lost to you forever. Farewell, Alice. Perhaps a long and sad farewell forever.
Here, Henry, it's the most refreshing drink. What? Gone? Poor Henry, he was too ill to stay.
Here, Alice, is the man to whom you wish to speak. Mr. Newcomen, Chief Detective.
At your service, sir.
And you think we're on the right track with the murderer?
Mr. Newcomen proposes to watch the vicarage tonight, where he is sure he will catch.
And why there?
There are well-founded precedents for the old adage that a criminal always returns to the scene of his folly. I've shared my views with Mr. Utterson, and he strongly agrees with me.
Are you going as well, Mr. Utterson?
Yes.
Then I'm going with you.
That is impossible.
Just think of the anxiety and misery waiting here while you're gone. Believe me, Mr. Utterson, I'll be strong. The vicarage was my home. There the spirit of my father dwells.
I think it best the lad come along. He will be of some use, as he is the only one who has seen Hyde.
Fine, you may come along, on the condition that you remain by my side.
I promise. I'll join you in a moment.
Come. We must be soon into this mystery.
I'll catch that Hyde if he comes here. I'll collar the devil. Now, I wonder where Biddy is. He always remembered me on baking days when we have to bring me one of those nice pies. Or at the door. Ah, here he comes.
Oh! Is that you, Pat?
Aye, vain, I'll be after being a ghost.
Oh, don't speak of ghosts, Pat. You're haunting me in my dreams, and I can't get rid of them.
Oh, send for me, Pat, send for me. I'll send them away.
Oh, stop it. Go away, Pat. You're a dangerous sort. You talk like just one of them storybooks. I like you, Pat.
Oh, so do I like you, Biddy. Let's see, Biddy, have you got any more of them nice pies?
Well, sure I have, Pat. I'll go in and get one. Then we can sit on the steps of a cozy chat.
And can we have a cozy chat in the kitchen as well?
But if Poole or the master catches you, I should be after losing my place.
Oh, but the pantry is big enough to hide a policeman.
All right. But if Poole or the master catches you, say you came in for a glass of water.
Alright, Biddy, alright. Policemen can always do justice to a glass of water.
There goes McSweeny with the cook. He'll watch the inside of the house while I watch the outside. He'll do justice to the pantry as long as there's anything in it. Ah, that's the inspector.
That's right, Wilson, hold up that bullseye and you'll scare away our game. Why not put him in handcuffs immediately, Mr. Utterson?
I have reasons, grave reasons to wait. Want to be sure he has no accomplices. Is there any chance of his escape?
That's impossible.
Then, what's that object coming along the path?
Oh, it's that horrid creature.
Get the cover.
A woman just now offered me a box of matches. I slapped her in the face and she fled. I love to torture women and children because they are so helpless. This is the place I killed that preacher chap. Serves him right for spoiling my fun that night and making me pay 100 quid for trampling on that brat. What a jolly night I have. I'll go in and drink on it. No one. That goody Dr. Jekyll. How I hate him. I'll kill him someday. I'm so cold. I'm always freezing. I know what I'll do. I'll go into the house and write blasphemies all over his pious books.
Mr. Hyde, I believe.
That's my name. What do you want?
I was just coming to see Dr. Jekyll, meeting you so opportunely.
You will not find him. You will not find him. The doctor is not home.
Say, sir, you let me see your face.
Who told you my name?
We share a common friend, say Dr. Jekyll.
You lie. He didn't tell you.
Come, sir, you must be more civil.
Go to the devil.
That's exactly where I'll send you, my man!
Dr. Jekyll!
Come, child, you'll do no more harm to anyone.
You'll kill him, he told me so, I fear for
You
Henry.
have him safe.
Oh my God, he's here.
What's the matter?
What can you expect, Mr. Utterson, when you are dealing with a parcel of idiots? Now, that idiot there insists that Hyde did not get out of the house.
Well, he didn't.
Then where did he get out of?
Well, out of his skin for all I know.
Not out of the house? Perhaps he's there still, you fool. If you had taken my advice, Mr. Utterson, you would have put him in handcuffs immediately.
I have my reasons to wait.
And you see the results. Did you see him go in?
Sure I did, and I followed him. And who did I see coming downstairs but Dr. Jekyll?
Dr. Jekyll?
Then I thought he'd gone upstairs, so off I went, and I must get out the window when you saw me looking for him.
This man has been on the force for 20 years, and were I not certain he did not touch intoxicating drinks, I would say he was either drunk or crazy.
Now, see here, Inspector. I have a family to support, but by the powers, I'll not stand this. No, sir, I'm neither drunk nor crazy, and if you suspend me this next moment, I'll say I saw Dr. Jekyll coming out of his laboratory.
Crazy as a loon. Now, Poole, when the bell sounded, where were you?
On the ground floor, sir, looking for the servants.
Right, and McSweeny, where were you?
Oh, in the kitchen, sir, watching.
In the kitchen, sir, watching, or likely in the kitchen hiding. Now, Poole, does Hyde have access to the house?
He often comes and goes by the back door. We have orders from Dr. Jekyll not to see the doctors.
Hyde has free access to Dr. Jekyll's house. What can the relationship be between Dr. Jekyll and the murderer?
I believe I can explain this. Prior to the murder, the doctor had been operating on this fallen specimen of humanity. Though after the murder, it would of course have been a daring thing to do.
I will have to see further into this, Mr. Utterson. We will double the guard on the house.
Mr. Utterson, can I have a word with you privately?
Certainly. Would you take your men to my office downstairs? I'll see you.
Of course.
Tell you I saw him. Do they have eyes?
Yes, you've got cross eyes.
You're trying to make me think I'm bleeding at it.
What's this I hear? Hyde has free range of Dr. Jekyll's house. He, the slayer of his father's fiancée, protected by Dr. Jekyll.
So it seems.
You say that, and yet take no action against it. That is no doubt the reason Jekyll fell to his knees and begged for pardon. Henry Jekyll, hiding the murderer of my father. It's for my father whom I mourned. God, this is terrible. Thought will drive me mad, frantic. I know what I'll do. I'll go to his house and tell him the truth between a murderer's companionship and mine.
You won't find him, Nihlus. He's not been seen since last night.
No matter. I'll find him. I have to start from one end of the city to the other. If I have to see all of London in a blaze, I will see into this at any cost.
Oh, poor Alice. Don't rant and rave. You can't when it's over.
Good news, Mr. Utterson. Hyde has been spotted driving in a hansom cab. We're on his track again, and this time we'll catch him.
Do not be too sure of that. I had not seen this man myself. I think it's all a myth. Just to say we are a prosaic nation. The stories of the Arabian Nights are fiction. It's certainly cloaked with wonderful reality.
Go to the carriage. Under the seat you will find a briefcase. Bring it here. Well, Dr. Jekyll, I have done your bidding. Set it there. You may retire. I shall not need you again tonight. Had I not dined with Henry Jekyll just last night, I would have thought him mad when I received this registered letter this morning. Dr. Lanyon, you are my oldest friend, and I call upon you for aid. My life, my honor, my reason are all at your mercy, and if you fail me tonight, I am lost. I want you to postpone all other engagements for tonight, to take a cab, and with this letter in your hand for consultation, drive straight to my house. Poole, my butler, has my orders. You will find him waiting for your arrival with a locksmith. The door of my cabinet is to be forced, and you are to go in alone, to open the glazed door, breaking the lock if it is shut, and to draw out, with all its contents as it stands, my briefcase. This case I beg of you to carry back with you to your house exactly as it stands. At midnight, I have to ask you to be alone in your consulting room, to admit with your own hands a man who will present himself in my name, and to place in his hand the case you have brought with you from my cabinet. Think of me at this hour, laboring under a blackness of distress that no fancy can imagine. Serve me, my dear Lanyon, and save your friend, Henry Jekyll. He has come. You come from Dr. Jekyll?
Yes.
Come in, sir.
you got it.
But come, sir. You forget that I have not had the pleasure of your acquaintance. Be seated, if you please.
I beg pardon, Dr. Lanyon. It seems my impatience has shown its ears to my politeness. I came here at the instance of your colleague, Dr. Jekyll, and I understood our case.
It is there, sir.
Have you a graduated class?
Yes?
Thank you. Now, Dr. Lanyon, watch my mixture. See how it brightens. It will soon grow darker. This powder makes it go from blue to purple. The final ingredient, moral power. How I hate it. Will you be wise? Will you be guided? Will you suffer me to take this glass into my hands and go forth from your house without further parley? Speak, or it shall be done as you decide. You shall be left as you are, neither richer nor wiser. Or if you choose, a new province of knowledge and power shall be laid open to you here in this room, upon the instant, and your sight will be blasted by prodigy, the staggered unbelief of Satan.
Sir, you speak enigmas, but I have gone too far before I see the end.
This will, and now swear by your professional honor that this will remain your heart's secret until your dying day. Swear it.
I swear it.
Now, Dr. Lanyon, you who have grovelled in the ditch of unbelief, you who have derided your superiors, you who have denied the virtues of transcendental medicine, behold!
Great heavens! Henry Jekyll!
My dear Alice, you must not be surprised, nor should you doubt my affection if my doors are always closed to you.
It's the same thing he wrote to me when I've been trying to contact him for 4 months.
What do you think's the matter? Do you think he's ill?
Perhaps our coldness has driven him to it.
What? Do otherwise. How can you give me no explanations concerning Hyde? Think of it. My future husband said he locks himself up for a proud and injured saint.
That's true. That's true.
Well, Henry Jekyll, you can be proud, so can I. And I swear until he clears himself of every vestige of suspicion, we must be strangers.
Child, you take this matter too seriously. I'm sure it will all come out to your satisfaction. I wish I could give you best comfort. The death of my old friend Dr. Lanyon is quite unusual.
Dear old Dr. Lanyon, do they know what happened?
It said he received some shock to his senses from which he never recovered. Has keepers here not yet deigning to examine? The hand of J.C. Utterson alone, in case of his predecease, destroyed unopened. Already lost one friend, should be losing another. Not to be opened until the death or disappearance of Dr. Jekyll. Again, isn't that mad will? It's a disappearance.
Good evening, Alice, Mr. Utterson.
Bless me, Poole. What ails you?
Because you've seen a ghost.
Alice, Mr. Utterson, there is something wrong.
What's the matter? It's the doctor ill.
You know the doctor's way, sir, and how he shut himself up.
But they shut himself up in his laboratory, and I don't like it. I may die if I like it, Mr. Utterson. I'm afraid.
Come, Poole, take a seat and tell us plainly what's happened.
God, man, be explicit. What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid. I've been afraid for more than a week now. I can't stand it any longer.
Try and tell us what it is.
Well then, there has been foul play.
Foul play?
Can the man mean? Whatever is in the laboratory walks all day and night. It has an ill conscience and enemy rest. It moans and weeps like a woman. Its voice is changed. You think I do not know Dr. Jekyll's voice? My master, for 20 years I've been in his service, and you think I do not know his voice? It tells of my opinion. The master's been married 8 days ago when he cried out to heaven. And what's in that laboratory and why it stays there is a thing that cries to heaven.
Made a will. Poole, this is strange talk. It doesn't commend itself to reason. Say, if it was, as you say, the doctor had been... What would compel the murderer to stay in the laboratory? What hold was it?
What is in that laboratory and why it stays there, I do not know. It was sometimes the master's way to write his orders on papers and throw them downstairs. But we had nothing but papers for weeks, and meals left out. We smuggled in when no one was looking.
Have you any of these papers?
He said all the wholesale senates in town, and when I've returned, I've been ordered out again and again. It wants this drug, whatever it is.
Dr. Jekyll presents his compliments to Messrs. Moore, assures them that the last sample was impure and quite useless for his present purpose. Dr. J purchased a large quantity from Messrs. Moore some time ago, and now begs them to search with the most sedulous care. Should any of the same quality be left, to forward it to him afterwards. Expense is no consideration. The importance of this Dr. J account we described. For God's sake, send me some of the last. How'd you come to open this?
The man at Moore spoke back at me with so much dust.
This is certainly the doctor's handwriting. How can you doubt his existence?
Because I've seen it.
Seen what?
It's the thing, him. It was this way. I came in suddenly from the garden, and there it was, digging in among the crates, the bottom of the garden. And it looked up and saw me, and my hair stood on him like quills. It gave a kind of cry and ran away. If that be my master, and he's wearing a mask, and why would he run from me like a rat?
I begin to see daylight. The master is evidently seized with one of those maladies which tortures the mind and body. That is why his voice has changed. Why he runs from his friends, why he wears a mask on his face, and why he searches for some drug by which he will find escape from this malady.
Oh, how can we not be deceived?
Amen to that, but that cannot be my master. 20 years I've been with my master's service, and I've seen him every day of my life. That not be my master. He did, even wearing a mask. My master is tall and straight, a fine built man. All this was deformed.
Is your opinion?
There has been murder done.
If that be the case, then, much as I would like to respect our friend's wishes, I see it as my duty to go with you, and, if necessary, to force the door of the cabinet.
I'll go as well.
You may, on the condition that you remain back and out of danger.
Promise. These weeks have made a changed man of me. I'll meet you in a moment.
Alice can stay with the housekeeper while we investigate the matter. Now, let's see whether Jekyll or Hyde.
I have ransacked London for the drug in bed, which proves beyond a doubt that the drug was impure at the first. And it was the unknown impurity which lent sufficiency to the draught, and was the cause of all my misery. Half an hour after I have taken my last drug, I shall sink into the creature that is within me. This then, short of a miracle, is the last time Henry Jekyll can see his own face or think his own thoughts. I am losing my original self and becoming more and more incorporated with my worst nature. There was a time where I could tell the feeling that heralded the coming of Hyde. But all that is changed now. I go to sleep as Jekyll and wake up as Hyde. Those papers for Mr. Utterson. I hope he gets them before that ape of a Hyde destroys them through malicious joy and hatred towards me. Will he die on the gallows, or will he have the courage to swallow this poison? What's this I feel? The demon is coming! Hide this! Not yet. Thank God, not yet. Alone I stand, despised and hated by all. If I could only have a friend to help me, a dog to lick my hand, to comfort me, but to die all alone. What's that? Has my hour arrived? Can it be my pursuers? Who's there?
Hyde, you're Alice.
Oh, joy, 'tis he. And yet I dare not see his face, but I can hear his voice.
Open the door, Henry.
Have I not one rod by which I can obtain a brief assistance of my better self? If I could only stand his existence, I would die in peace.
Please open the door, Henry.
I will, upon one condition, that you will promise to leave me as soon as I bid you.
I swear.
Come, friend. I never thought you would have much joy before.
Why, this is no Jekyll.
How so? True. Sickness has laid me very low.
Why don't you let me nurse you?
That's impossible. Besides, it's not a bodily ailment, but the mind. I'll soon recover.
Then we'll be united, never more to part.
When I'm well, we'll marry and be happy. I dreamed last night that we were in heaven and married. There were green lawns and sparkling waters there as here. And we saw the stars quite near. We were so happy. And your face was as white as marble.
How beautiful.
But then all at once, a voice said, "How can you be so happy when you know there are other miserable souls below pleading for mercy?" It struck me as a warning, and when I awoke, I pardoned all on earth who had injured me.
And so shall I. May all those who have injured me find pardon here, as I forgive them there.
May all who have injured me find pardon there, as I forgive them here. God bless you, Alice, for that prayer. I'm so happy now that, like a child, I could cry for joy. You must leave me now. We'll meet again.
When? Tomorrow?
Perhaps.
And I'll say goodnight.
Alice!
Henry!
My darling!
Husband!
Farewell.
No, not farewell. Goodbye. Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow. Tomorrow on which no sun shall ever rise for me. But now my soul is clear. I can die in peace. Those chimes remind me of that horrible night. God, please look into my heart and forgive my sins. You were right. I was wrong to tempt you. I must pray to keep the demon away. The fiend is coming. Hyde is here! Stop that damned organ! It offends my ears! They've come for me! They're gonna take me to the gallows! But Hyde don't die on the gallows! I've killed 2 people already! Because they're Jekyll! I told you I'll kill him someday!